All right, good morning, everybody. Yes, it's a little bit longer, it's a little bit different, but it is so important. So rub those sleepies out of your eyes. Get ready for lesson 42. We're talking short division. And if that wasn't enough, we also have very important divisibility rules for 3, 6, and 9. So let's get going. So, short division. We all should know how to do long division. Divide, multiply back, subtract, bring down the next number, and repeat if necessary, right? We all kind of have a handle on that. Here's our short division. You want to multiply back and subtract in your head. Write your subtraction answer in front of the next digit in the dividend. So here's the example for long division. I divided 4 and a 5 one time, multiplied it back for 4, subtracted for 1. I brought down my 6, divided 4 into 16 4 times, multiplied that back for 16, and I subtracted for 0. That portion is review. Let's take a look about short division. I'm going to still go ahead and divide 4 into 5 one time. But it says to multiply back and subtract in your head. Well, 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1, right? Write your subtraction answer, that 1, in front of the next digit in the dividend. So now over here, we have 16, right? Well, 4 divides into 16 how many times? 4 times, right? Multiply it back in your head. 4 times 4 is 16. Subtracts in your head. 16 minus 16 is 0. So you could go ahead and write all this. And I'll tell you right now, if you're messy, you probably should. But if you really feel you got a handle on this division thing, this saves us a lot of time and space if you understand it. Now, if you're having trouble doing it this way, my reaction to you is going to be go ahead and do long division. So let's take a look right now. We're going to start dividing 8 into 8. 8 divides into 8 one whole time. Multiply back, which is 8, and subtract 8 minus 8 in your head. Well, 8 minus 8 is 0. And write that next to the next digit in the dividend. Now, if you're one of those guys who cram their numbers together and you want to use short division, you're going to have to drop that habit, because you gotta leave enough room that you can see what's going on when you write. Okay, let's go back for round 2. 4 divided by 8. If I only have 4 chairs out and 8 people coming over, I don't have room for everybody. So that means it goes in there 0 times. Multiply back, 0 times 8 is 0, and subtract in your head. 4 minus 0 is 4. So let's go ahead and put that last 4 in front of the next digit. This now represents 40. 40 divided by 8, hey, that's 5, right? Multiply that back. 5 times 8 is 40. 40 minus 40 is 0. I have no remainder. My quotient is 105. Check out this one again. 369 divided by 3. Let's start right here. 3 divided by 3 goes in there one time, right? Multiply it back. 1 times 3 is 3. And subtract 3 minus 3 in your head. 3 minus 3, hey, that's 0, right? So let's go ahead and write in a 0 next to the next digit. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of room between digits in your divisor to be successful. So now I have 0, 6, otherwise known as just 6. 6 divided by 3. Hey, that sounds like it goes in there 2 times, right? Multiply back. 2 times 3 is 6. And subtract. 6 minus 6. Hey, that's 0 again in your head. Write your subtraction answer next to the next digit. And our last contestant up for bids, I got to divide 9 by 3. Sounds to me like it goes in there 3 whole times, right? Multiply back. 3 times 3 is 9. And subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. So I'm not going to write remainder 0. My quotient is 123. Hold on, we got a couple more coming at you. Take a look at this one. Again, 860 divided by 5. I'm going to start right here with the 8. 8 divided by 5 sounds like it goes in there 1 whole time. Multiply back and subtract in your head. Well, 1 times 5 is 5. 8 minus 5, that's 3. On to the next digit now. 36 divided by 5. Sounds to me like it goes in there 7 whole times. So I'm going to get that 7 right on top of my 36. Multiply that back. 7 times 5 is 35, and let's subtract it in our head. 36 minus 35, and that sounds like it's going to give us 1. So I'm going to write my subtraction answer right next to the next digit in the dividend. Get ready for the last step. 10 divided by 5. Sounds like it goes in there 2 whole times. Multiply back in your head. 2 times 5 is 10. And subtract in your head. 10 minus 10 is 0. So I'm not going to write remainder 0. I'm all done dividing for a quotient of 172. One last one here. Let's take a look. Again, we're going to start on the first digit. 6 divided by 3. Sounds to me like it divides in there 2 whole times. Multiply back for 6 and subtract 6 minus 6 for 0, right? Write your subtraction answer next to the next digit in the dividend. Now I'm dividing. 1 divided by 3. If I got 1 chair and 3 people coming over, you don't have room for anybody. That's a big old 0 right there. Multiply back. 0 times 3 is 0. And subtract in your head. 1 minus 0. Hey, that's 1. Write your answer next to the next digit in your quotient. And my last step, this is where it's different. I'm hoping you didn't hit fast forward. 16 divided by 3. 3 divides into 16 5 whole times. Multiply this guy back in your head. 5 times 3 is 15. And subtract. 16 minus 15. That does give us 1 left over. This guy has a remainder of 1. All right, as if that wasn't enough for us, we got divisibility rules. And remember about divisibility rules. Quickly find out if a number can be divided evenly without a remainder. Folks, these are going to be so important to you when we start reducing fractions. Just for a review right now, we should have already learned the divisibility rule for 2 5, and 10. Just to review, any number can divide by 2 if it's an even number. You can always divide evenly by 5 if it ends in 5 or 0. And a number is always divisible by 10 if the number ends in 0. That part's review. Here is the new ones. Your divisibility rule for 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum, and sum means I'm adding, if the sum of the digits can be divided evenly by 3. So right now I'm trying to divide 1,245. So I took 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5. And they equaled up to be 12. Can 12 divide evenly by 3? Why, yes, it can. So I guarantee, without even working it out, I know I could divide this by 3 without a remainder. But check out down here. I have 1,333. So I go 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. That equals 10. And you know what? I can't divide 10 by 3 without a remainder. It's going to be 3 remainder 1, right? So I know for a fact I can divide this number evenly without a remainder. I know for a fact that I can't divide this guy evenly without a remainder. And I didn't even have to move a pencil, right? Divisible by 6. If the sum of the digits can be divided evenly by 3, which we just covered here, and the dividend is an even number. Well, you know what? I can look right here at 1,245, and I know for a fact 5 is not an even number, so no way would this guy divide evenly by 6 without a remainder. But if I did 1,242, there it too is even, so maybe, let's check it out. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 again, that equals 9. And you don't want to go and divide by 6. You want to just use the same old 3. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. 1,242 is going to divide evenly without a remainder, and I didn't even have to divide it. I know it's going to divide evenly because I understand the divisibility rule for 6. And the last one, the divisibility rule for 9. If the sum of the digits can be divided evenly by 9 this time. So let's check it out. 1,199. 1 plus 1 more plus 9 plus 9. That equals 20. Does 20 divide evenly by 9? No way, Mr. Hines. 20 does not divide evenly by 9. How about 1,395? Add them all up. 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 5 equals 18. So this guy is a big old yes. He does divide evenly by 9 because the sum of the digits divides evenly by 9. So let's put this into application, should we? You're going to see a lot of questions that are going to ask you, are these divisible by 3, by 6, by 9, or by none? So let's find out right now. Is this guy divisible by 3? Let's add up our digits. 4 plus 3 plus 8. If I added them up, that's going to add up to 15. Is 15 divisible by 3? Yes, yes, he is. So here's how we're going to have to input it in Socrative. We'll go 3, and we'll leave a space, and we're going to write maybe and, or maybe we won't. Is 8 even? Yes, it is. So if it's divisible by 3 and it's even, it is also divisible by 6. And the last one, is 15 divisible by 9? No way. This guy is just divisible by 3 and by 6. That is the only two. And when you input in a Socrative, write in the number, and if there's another number, space and space the next number. Let's check out this guy, 642. Let's add up our digits. 6 plus 4 plus 2. That's going to give me 12. So let's find out right now what we can do with 12 in regards to being divisible by 3, 6, or 9, should we? Let's see what's going on here. So 12 is definitely divisible by 3. Space and maybe. It ends in a 2. It's even, so it's divisible by 6. Is 12 divisible by 9? No, he is not. So you just have 3 and 6. Let's do our last one down here. We have 1, 5, and 3. 1 plus 5 plus 3 is going to equal 9, right? So let's find out right now. Is 9 divisible by 3? Absolutely it is. So for sure I have 3. Is 3 even? Because it has to be an even number to be divisible by 6. 3 is not even. Let's move on to the divisibility rule for 9. Does 9 divide into 9? Yes, it does. So space and 9. That was a little bit short, so let's try 3 more, should we? I want to make sure you have these because these are going to be so important. Here we go. 4 plus 5 plus 9. That's going to equal 18. So let's round up our divisibility rules. Is 18 divisible by 3? Absolutely it is. So let's type in 3. Let's take a look at this last digit because it has to be even to be divisible by 6. Is that even? No, he's not. Is 18 divisible by 9? Yes, it is. So let's go space and 9. Our next one down below, I have 324. You know the drill. Let's add up our digits. We have 3 plus 2 plus 4. That looks like it adds up to 9. Let's check it out. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. Is it an even number if it's divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So I'm going to add and 6. And finally, is 9 divisible by 9? Yes, it is. It's a threefer. I have 3 and 6 and 9. That's how it's set up on the Socrative quiz. You cannot use commas. So let's go and take a look at the last one, 983. 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 3 more, hey, that's 20. Well, 20 is not divisible by 3. And if it's not divisible by 3, it's certainly not divisible by 6. And 20 is also not divisible by 9. So in a case like this, you would actually have to write none. All right, that is definitely the end. You are so going to need a scratch piece of paper, your multiplication charts, maybe your divisibility rules to be successful on this Socrative quiz. Good luck.